So the level of people stress. I did mention this, the other day. So I have zero people stress. You know what I mean? If I'm involved with somebody in a relationship, if they got hella stress about their ex, fucking going through a divorce, her fucking family members, a fucking idiot, bummy ass motherfucker, don't want to give up the liquor bottle, lazy as fuck. Oh man, alcohol. Like, look, everybody's adult, bro. Everyone's an adult. Like if you get to a point where you're an adult and you have addiction issue, you better take care of that shit on your own. You cannot beg people and ask people to be there in your life. You know what I'm saying? I've tried to teach this to many women I was in a relationship with. Guess what? They went and did their own thing. And then years later, and they're like, you're right, Michael. I'm like, yes, he's a fucking whole different human being. He got his whole brain to himself. You feel me? I got my own brain. I got my own heart. You feel me? So there's that, right? And living with roommates, fuck that. Coming home and the dishes ain't done, it's somebody else's turn. Guess what? Fuck that. I got to use the French press. I need to use the fucking cast iron pan to make my fucking steak. Like, it's not done. You see? That's why I can't live with roommates where I have to share everything. I'm cool, bro. That shit gets me very extremely angry. And at least I know myself to a point where I see myself living on my own. You feel me? I'm going to live on my own until I get to a level where I could, hire a maid or hire a housekeeper, or if I want to go get a massage, if I need a sensational touch, I'll go get a massage and break bread there. You know what I mean? I don't need to it is what it is. The fling part, or what about sex? I'm like, bro, that's the last thing on my mind when you get to your age level of 40 years old, like you're over 40. You can't be out here chasing pussy. There's a lot of people do that. I get it, That's why they end up in the fucking balloon game, Like, most people won't go to that shit. Like, if you know your value, your fucking, what do you call it? Your purpose, your value, your needs. And if you could cover all that on your own, you don't need to go there, bro. You know what I mean? Like, for not even to get viral, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You could go viral, but your life maybe was miserable, You went viral talking shit about people, and next thing you know, your ass out here popular, but you're getting beat up by everybody. You know what I mean? See? So I have to be very careful who I allow in my life and circle. You feel me? I was going to go live. I'm going to talk more about drug facts. You know what I'm saying? Like how I learned things from certain people, certain types. Even though I've experimented substances, I still meant to maintain and focus and strategize and build my own protocol, like how to kind of dodge that, kind of evade that. You feel me? How I did it. Because look, here's an example. I don't know any white person in my life that adapted to a Latin person. There's motherfuckers, they got Latin girlfriends and wives. Y'all motherfuckers still can't speak Spanish. Like, I speak way more Spanish than you, right? Adaptation, acclimation. Watch this. I don't know any motherfucking Mexican or white person who adapted to the oppressed black race, or black culture in the hood. I don't know anybody. You know what I mean? If they did, they'll be all of me. You feel me? Here's an example. Now, I don't know any white person who adapted to the hood and adapted to the fucking Mexicans, like Latinos. Speak Spanish, but they can still hit the block. There's white folks that speak Spanish, but they're like, hello, por favor, refrigerador. It's refrigerador, pendejo. You see? Like, the pronunciation, it's all bad. Like, you just can't you don't even know how to pronounce that shit. So, certain things, a lot of people lacking because that's not my problem. That's not my thing. See, that's another stress, trying to help this person understand black race or this race, that race, you see? Like, or Mexican race, I can't sit here trying to explain to this oppressed black dude, angry ass black dude, that this Mexican motherfucker, he's been doing this shit since he was probably 6 years old in Mexico, cooking, working hella hard. So you got to listen to him. I know you went to France to get your little fucking certification to make a little bird poop amount of food and decorate, little flat bloody sage on there. Oh, lovely. And whatever chives or, bro, all that shit's great. But we got a business to run, and that Mexican motherfucker's killing you right now. I don't give a fuck where you went, Italy, France, this, that. So, see, that's not my stress again. This motherfucker thought he'd go to France, getting a certification, and coming to California and working. But you don't realize that the numbers, are Latinos pushing work here. So adapt, And I don't know, I haven't seen a Latino person adapted to oppressed black to want to know the history and all that, to being in a corporate field. When Mexicans are corporate, they're completely whitewashed. They don't know how to like mingle along with both. Like they don't know how to merge with both. You feel me? Like black culture in the hood to corporate. Now, I don't know any black folks who adapted to the corporate world. If they did, they're just one thing, corporate. You know, they're not, you know, there's no hood in them after that. You know what I'm saying? So there's no street smart, I should say. I should start using the word ghetto and hood. Street smart, you know what I'm saying? So I could go work with the Mexicans with my steel toe boots and listen to fucking Mexican music and fucking hit, you know, get the fuck to work, you know? Like I could work. And they'll tell me too, they're like, Michael, you know what? You're fast, but you're not faster than us. You're not faster than us, but it's okay. You try. You're working really hard. You're good, bro. They want to see you try. If it's a Mexican dominant place environment, fucking take orders from the Mexicans. I just hate to say it. That's a new American shit, bro. Like, you could be a high school student and you're a fucking American, right? And you got to go work at Jack in the Box, but the numbers are all like Latinos. You better listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Because they have a system, they have a protocol, how things are done, who does it, what time, how fast it gets done. You know, they have a rhythm. That's it. So a lot of people do get intimidated by me because the fact that when I go to certain places, you will see me talking to like an elderly person about how did she made this dish, you know? While nobody my age or like me would be given any time to her. Like, she's like, people have told me you're very adaptive. Like, yeah, I am, you know? So a lot of people don't like me because I'm adaptive. Like, I'm adaptable, you know, to other race, you know, cultures and all that, you know what I mean? So, same thing with Mexicans, for example. Like, if I'm trying to explain, you know, like, yo, bro, you're lucky because you grew up in Mexico. You're you're young, and at 6, you had a dad, güey. You had a fucking papa, right? See, de verdad? Who taught you things, right? And you had a mama, like your mom. Your mom was there. Like, they both worked hard. You got to shadow them. You got to witness that. Like, but here, if you're talking about an oppressed, you know, black individual from a hood, you know, like, it's very rare to see that one person to get out of that mentality and to go do what they wish to do, to raise a family. And I only know like 2 or 3 motherfuckers who did that in the black world. But I know hella Mexicans who are there for their kids and family. Like, whites, probably few, not too much. You know what I'm saying? So there's a disconnect, right? No one sees the problem. No one's going to sit here and understand a Mexican dude's, you know, hardship, a black man's hardship, and a white man's hardship. No Indians are going to do that in America, by the way. Indians don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, as long as they're in a corporate field or tech field, like that's all they give a fuck about. Like the tech and the educated ones. And you have the ones who were not educated, are like just, you know, they just own property because they had to sell their farm in India and come out here, buy a 7-Eleven, right? But they're not adaptable to angry black motherfuckers. You see how they treat black people, customers, right? And, you know, when a black kid steals, they make a big deal. They don't know how to talk to the black kid. Like, yo, come here, man. What's going on with you? Why are you stealing? And it's all good. Come here. I just want to talk to you, you know? So your parents, there's nothing at home, food, nothing. You're like 16 and that's why you're doing this, okay? Now, there's a time where I was kind of helping out somebody at a liquor store, or a friend of mine. He was working and he's like, yo, let me use the bathroom. I'll be right back. I was just like, nah, I don't know how to do this shit. He's like, no, just stay here in the front. And then it was a kid walked in, he was trying to steal. I caught him. It was an El Cerrito, JV Liquors. And then, yo, bro, come here. Why are you stealing, bro? I saw your ass, you know? Oh, how old are you? 16. Guess what? I told him, don't do that shit. Just ask me if you want something to eat. You know, I'll get you something, you know? I gave him some, I bought him some sandwich or fucking chips or something, you know? Some candy or soda, whatever you like. I remember that. And I bought it like in a way, I don't know how to ring it up, right? So I just gave him this stuff. I bought it for him. And then I told my partner, who, you know, was, you know, a neighborhood friend, you know? I told him, yo, I had, you know, a friend of mine came in here and he didn't have no dough. I spotted him. That's it. Just say friend. Don't say like you came here, this kid came in here and then, you know, he was trying to steal. All that shit is stupid. Just cut to the chase. You see? That's understanding the fucking black kid who was like 16 trying to fucking steal. And I asked him, what high school you go? El Cerrito High. Oh, I went there. You feel me? So, you see that? Like, Indians won't do that shit. It's rare, unless if it's an inspirational video that who want to go viral. Like this was before all this fancy, trendy, viral shit. You know what I mean? So I have done things like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't, because understand this. Like, you know, I've seen news where they shot the fucking kid. You know, never somewhere in New York or New Jersey, shot him on his back for stealing a soda or something. You know, little things like that. I'm like, whatever. You know, for a bag of chips, soda, whatever. You know what I mean? And even if the kid ran, it's all good. You know, he ran. That's it. It is what it is, you know. At the end of the day, the bag of chips still is alive than you. It's still here. Your ass dead, you know. So that's the thing about these people. Even talking in on a lower level of English with certain people, not using big ass words with this individual, because they're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna understand it. But do help them, you know, like learn, you know, mention certain words that it is pretty important to learn. You know what I mean? It's going to be helpful in the job field when you're out there in the workforce. You're going to have to know how to be professional. You can't go up to a place and like, y'all hiring? You know what I mean? It's like, unless if it's like if it's in, the language is in, the vibes, you can feel the vibes, you know? What's going on? You know, you guys hiring? You know, it's like, you can't go into a professional place, like a hotel, you want to be a front desk person. You better wear a fucking tie and a button-up shirt, slacks, you know. Some motherfuckers go there with just with Tim's on, jeans, and a jacket. Like, by looking at you, I don't want to scare my customers away. You know, when you come in here, I hate to say it, you have to be professional to a point where you're neutral. They have to see that in you. You're neutral, but you have a high energy, and you're also adaptable. People could see that about you. You know what I mean? Like, easily. So, all the other stuff, getting to know who you are, your past, all that comes down the line when you get the job. You talk to people, you relate, you adapt. This person's going through something with their family. You talk to them, yo, look, you know, I understand. I feel them, man. I've been through that. I hated that, trust me. So you can kind of, you know, what do you think about this, MJ? You know, can you give me some advice? Then you go to give them advice. I don't just want to come out giving people advice, you know what I mean? Like, you just listen, keep listening until you are told to give advice or asked for advice, right? Now, don't you got to keep listening. That's it. Because sometimes the longer you listen, they're going to want to answer. They're going to want some sort of idea or input. You know what I mean? So, you know, also they're shy to admit they need advice. They're like, what do you think? Can you give me advice? You know, I think the best thing to say if you want advice from a person, not to just vent out about your things like all day. If you just vent, they're gonna be like, why the fuck you got all these things going on? Like, what have you been doing all these years? You know what I mean? Like, for example, I know some, you know, I know a few Burning Man hippie white girls, you know what I mean? Like in the Bay Area, like, yeah, you lived at your own spot. You know, you got your own spot at like, you know, mid-20s or whatever, like late 20s. Then you had your own spot until like almost 10 years, right? Then you lost it, you know, because before late 20s, you were just living in dudes' houses and paying rent here, little by little money there, little money there, like wandering around trying to find your own circle of friends, but they're all hippie and fucking broke like you. So it's like, fuck. You know what I mean? So that's not a self-sufficient individual. And then even now, you're almost like 50, you know? It's like some girls that are older than me, like, you know, like 9, 10 years old. So if you're like and she still haven't had her own spot, like her own, like studio or room. Like, see, with me as a guy, I had to suffer. Places I lived at, hella places. Got booted out, fuck this place, fuck that place, fuck this job, fuck that job. But I always worked, so my work ethic is good. So I could almost willing to work. Certain women, when they live that hippie lifestyle, they never know what the fuck is to work and suffer. They just like, you know, they join this little cult, Burning Man clique, and think everyone's gonna like pitch in for you. And nah, bro, it don't work that way, you know. So at the end of the day, men get fed up too. They're gonna like, what the fuck are you gonna do for me? What are you gonna do for me? You know, like all these times. But the thing is, with me, you guys got to be very careful. Like, when you come in there as a man, walk in there, you got to make sure you have our undivided attention, especially when you're taking care of everything. Like, you know, that's why certain relationship ends so fast for me, because I know the disconnect like is right there. I can feel it. In the beginning, it's all great. Oh my God, he's so handsome. he's goal oriented, he's a dreamer, he works hard. And also slowly, as they're like, as I know, a lot of women want to focus on the world, like unity, community. You know, I want to save my brother, I want to save my friend. And like, bro, like, what about the dude who's doing all this for you? You know, with his strong hands, he's massaging you, he's placing his hand on his chest to calm you down. And like, there's been a time I came to LA, you can't even get a whole entire day with a woman who want to be with you in a relationship. One day a week, you can't even get that nowadays. You know, you just can't. I'm like, how about you focus on your thing for the whole week, and I'll come see you in that week on a Saturday. It's just you and I. No distraction after that. Just you and I. Then we can talk about everything that you did during this week. You know, what you got done, what's your goals for next week. That's dope. Like, I haven't found anyone like that, because you know why? Everyone's too complacent. They got a lot of, benefits from all these people, where, oh, I can get a meal from this guy, this beta white guy. Then I can have foreign white guy take me out. He's desperate, you know. And then Devontae, he's there for me every day. He's broke and he's only able to offer dick, you know. I even have to pick him up from the bar station, you know. See, ladies got it too easy, you know. It's gonna come out later. Like, I don't care how successful you become, but people are gonna know later. They're gonna be like, wait a minute. Like, some dude is gonna open his mouth and be like, yeah, I used to hit that. Like, the way, and his front tooth is missing and shit now. And even though she feels like all gorgeous, glamorous, victorious because she's successful, some motherfucker with a front broken, like buck tooth or a fucking broken front tooth, is gonna mention your ass, how he used to dick you down out in public, or post your fucking thing on there. What are you gonna do then? You see? So it's not the same. Remember, you're getting ran through. You're getting plowed. It's not the other way, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and plus, women tend to remember a lot of things. So when they meet a guy like me, and I can tell they've been with a guy like lower level than I have, I'm like, they will take guys who are 5, 6, and 8. You know what I mean? Let's just say, no, 4, 6, and 7. That's it. The 7th guy gives her a good dick. The 5th guy, or the 6th guy, or whatever, he takes her out to eat. The other guy, so it's like they're used to these 3 dudes. They give them hella attention because they know that they don't want to give their 400% attention to you, to one man who's like a 10. I'm not a 10. I'm not saying I am. I didn't say anything, so shut up. I never see myself as a 10. I don't think I never will be seeing myself as a 10. I don't think so. I'll never ever look at it that way, where I'm a 10. I don't think so. Nobody's a fucking 10. So that's the point I'm trying to make. A lot of folks need to make sure that whatever they do, you got to be self-sufficient. That's all I'm saying. Be self-sufficient. It's going to help you in the long run. I was forced to be this way, to be honest. You know what I mean? I didn't think I wanted to be this way. Situations brought me here. You know how I said about why I'm the way I am, versatile, because I was involved in all these worlds, right? You got like the culture of Indian culture, like reserved, judgmental, and very strict, right? To being in the hood, very free, outspoken, and not giving a fuck, outlawed out. It was a bad combination, like both of that. Then when you go into the white world, the white people world, like just calmness, chill, just handle things verbally, you know what I mean? Like just, handle things diplomatically as well, don't need to get all physical, just chill. You got to know how to do that, because not everywhere you're going to be able to be ghetto and fucking furious, you know what I mean? Like, and the savage and fierce, right? Some places you can't even show that about you, like that part, So that's why I meant to say when I said I'm in a competition with everybody, because everywhere I worked, there were all these things like Burning Man, Metalhead, CrossFit, Punk Rocker. Everywhere I worked, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Costco, Safeway, there are all these types of characters. So I represented America. They didn't like me because they wanted to be part of something like based on style only. They don't want to look at it as a whole community, like as we're all Americans. They wanted to be like, nope, I'm a punk rocker from Oakland. I'm a punk rocker from Berkeley. Like, if that's all you are, then that is all you're going to be for the rest of your life. If you're going to be a fucking Harley, you're going to be a Harley for the rest of your life. It don't mean shit. Don't think all Harley dudes are savages. Like, they're not everybody. That's why they need to click all it. They need, like, They don't ride solo. You feel me? Like they have a group of people that they are. It's a gang. So it's like that's how it roll. So that's all I wanted to cover, to a point where you got to know yourself to a level where you will get fed up about certain things. That's about this person, this culture, that culture. So notice how free I am. Like I can have Indian friends because the mother or dad going to look at me like this. Like they want you to look hella Indian or dress hella Indian or talk hella Indian or be. But I just can't because I grew up in a different environment. You know what I mean? So it's like all these things I get to be in this big, like huge, like a salad bowl, like a fruit salad, right? Like all the mixture of everybody here. So I feel like I'm the freest Indian motherfucker in America. And like I'm a lot more freer than even the motherfuckers from this country. There's people in this country, they can't even speak. They're afraid to talk and express. That's why motherfuckers be sending you fucking videos of other people, what they're doing, this, that, bro. I don't give a fuck. How's that person helping you? I'm here try to figure my niche out. I don't want to see anybody that's successful that you're seeing and he's not motivating you or she's not motivating you to send me videos of them. Because if you didn't do half the shit that I did, I don't want to see anything, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather laugh at what you say. I'd rather be motivated by what you do. You know what I mean? I don't want to watch other people influences videos. Like I got tired of it, and even in relationships, like I have women trying to send me like videos of like certain runners, what they eat and stuff. I've been knowing what the fuck to eat when I've been a runner for a long time, so I know what the fuck to eat if I'm doing a long distance run tomorrow. I eat like pizza, pasta. So a lot of people get carried away because they're kind of, I don't want to watch how other people do things. I just want to be self-sufficient. I don't give a fuck how he raps. I'm going to rap on my damn vibe, like, my moods, however I want to do it, like Michael Joseph mode. That's it. I'm going to rap the way I want to rap. I don't give a fuck about how many records he sold. You ain't a rapper. Do you rap? Nope. Are you a comedian? Nope. Are you a fucking coming to LA, want to go after voice acting and acting? No, you don't. Are you a fucking hard worker, blue collar worker? No. So this is why you got to be careful. And then you got the oppressed culture where like a lot of people, bro, half you motherfuckers is oppressed, bro. Like if you're 40 something or over 35 or over 30, you're living with your moms and you got kids, you living with your mom on top of that, that's already oppressed for me. Oppressed is not, you ain't got no home, you're in the streets. That's beyond, that's way beyond, like, I'm sorry, not below oppression. To me, there's a lot of dudes out there that live with their moms and they got their kids coming in there sometimes and the mother, your mom, is being a mother to your sons because you couldn't maintain a relationship with the woman you have kids with. Now your mom has to do it. I just feel sorry for women sometimes. Like they have to fucking put so much amount of love and fucking energy into so many things. The thing about women is like they're the unifiers, right? They want to help everybody. That's the best part I like about women. Even when women are, out there doing negative shit, they're still going to support the woman because that part I don't agree with, I don't like that part. Like if a girl was hoeing, dancing, prostituting, and then she got in trouble, she got AIDS or whatever, there'd be bitches looking up to her. I'm like, us men, we give real advice. We be like, man, you a dumbass. Just like that. I'm just saying, you have to be that way. If not, it's like men give advice differently, See, it's funny how men would listen to a girl who's his friend that he's trying to smash. It's been years. And guess what? He lets her rant for hell hours. But then when his guy friend comes over, starts stressing about his so-and-so, he's all like, man, you need to get over her. Get that, fuck that bitch, But you're not the same way with the girl that you're friends with. See, I don't that type of shit. I ain't with that. Cause motherfuckers like me, I get pussy on my own. I don't need to like a vouch. I don't need my friend to have my back. If I'm gonna stay there in a party and make fun of girls and to make my homies laugh, I will do it. You know what I mean? I will. But most guys aren't that way. They give a pass. They give many passes to ladies. Like, oh, don't do that. She's a girl. I'm like, nah. Nope, that happened to me one time. You know what I mean? Like a girl start talking her ass off because we're just bored and then we're talking to make my partners laugh. We, smoking a blunt. Next thing you know, he's looking at me, shut up. Because sometimes girls want attention, even from your fucking like friends. Like if you're her dude, girls still like attention from your guy friends. They want to meet your guy friends. Who are they? Like always. When bitches ask me, do I have friends? No, I don't, bitch. I don't. I ain't got no friends. Real shit. Say it loud, you know? So express your fucking hardship. Express who the fuck you are. That's more realistic, you feel me? I don't want to hear all the other shit like you only fucking talk that way because one of your friends come to your house and you get down with them in a deep conversation on a deep level of just adapting. Bro, this ain't a fucking podcast. Get over it, bro. You know what I mean? Fuck all that bullshit, So I don't really feel like I'm looking for a circle of guy friends I need to click with and adapt with and do good in life and just elevate. I don't need that. I could just do that shit on my own. You know what I mean? I don't need a team for me to get to where I need to get to, So especially when I know that if I'm the one who's facing all these these battles like loneliness and then constantly working, hustling, very little sleep, you know what I mean? Barely making it. I did that for fucking 2.5 years so far. Now I'm good. I'm not barely making it. I'm making it much better right now for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's another thing, right? You could be a dude with hella cars in a big ass house, right? But you're still stressing about your lady's friend. When she starts telling you about her problem, her family problems, this, that, in your house that you fucking pay everything for, it's okay to tell her that's somewhere else. Go talk to your females about that. Like if you want to fix one of your fucking siblings' issue with alcohol, you know what I mean? Like that's why I can't be with too many people too close or too adaptable, because the only challenges that we need to do in a relationship is our challenges, right? But if the challenges and the difficulties are coming from another person, that's not challenge. Like, look, try to minimize dealing with other people's problems. You don't look too fucking good doing that. You think you do. Sometimes people want to look good. They want to do this kind thing for this family member or friend. What do you think, honey? I'm like, the man's like, okay, who's paying for all this? If he is, if you want to fucking throw a party, this, that, and you want this motherfucker to pay for all that, he has a nerve to say, I don't want that person here. I don't want you to be doing this. He has to set his own rules. Duh. I've seen girls like with with a loser guy like this sitting there in the corner. That's her boyfriend, and then like she's like flirting with everybody, dancing around, like she's like want to still fuck around with the young guys. I've seen this shit in my own eyes. I was like, then the dude came in, like grabbed her, pulled her away. I was like, you see, this is what I'm talking about. And she still is with him. And to be honest, I wouldn't be with her. And I would just get a girl who's like, don't have all that shit. So I'm not going to be that dude where I will never be that dude where you live with a woman's house where she has everything there. And then later on, she does something, starts dancing flirting with other dudes, and you can't say nothing. You're just sitting there. The way she talks to them all swazy and bantering in front of you. No, motherfucker, you a pussy. Get away from her. Level up. Once you level up, I'm leveling up right now. You know what I'm saying? And once I level up, I get to be selective with who I want to, have fun with, who I want in my, in my cipher, in my radar. You feel me? In my world. You get to decide. That's the best part. You know what I mean? Other than that, just stay in your lane, work hard, tunnel vision focus. Don't worry about bullshit stuff that people constantly are watching. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care how many houses this motherfucker sold. Are you selling any houses? Are you into this? You're not? Okay, we don't want to talk about it. Talk about things that's going to make you elevate, like financial growth. How'd you knock this bill off, this credit card bill? Learn about interests, all these things. There's more to talk about in real life than just fucking somebody who's already successful, right? Now, it's different if you both are going to that field. Oh, we both want to be comedians. Let's listen to how they did it. Like, yeah, let's watch. Certain things you guys talk about with your friends need to be fucking like stated way before. Hey, let's talk about, 2009 and 2010. Let's talk about that year. What did we do? You see this? A lot of people just come out talking. You could encourage somebody that you want them to see this cool video because you're into bikes. This person in the video is doing cool things, right? Cooler things than me, right? Now notice that the person here would basically not like everything I do with the bikes on social media, all the shit that I've done, all sold the bikes, just right. But then they're quick to go watch somebody else that they don't even know, and they're not even into bikes, and then show it to me. You think that's gonna make me feel good when I'm already doing my thing? No, bro. It's not. I'm gonna feel sorry at the end of this conversation because I'm gonna go home and sell a $400 bike while your ass is still watching videos, scrolling. Just saying. Some of you people out there watching anime, too much anime is too bad for you. People watch all that shit anime. They are literally like, don't know who they are. Like they're insecure. Look at all the anime fans. They look boring. Look at them. They have a dysfunctional personality. They can't talk. They can't speak. They don't know what to joke about. They go overboard with their joke. They're pretending to be, wee, wow, wow, cool. Like they try all these voices. They cannot do all that in real life. They're not really that. So with me, since I have an anime personality already, it's hard for me to watch that. I'm like, with my anime personality, I jump on Uber. I can go talk to people and make them laugh. I got the ability to do that. You are trying to connect with people who all want to be this cool anime characters and dress like superheroes just to fit in. Oh, cool. We're all trying to fit in. We all want to fit in, morons. Just saying, bro. You know what I mean? 30-something 1 minute speaking my mind, but more is yet to come. I'm going to go live and talk about, like I said, drug facts. How did I navigate with what things that I ate, why to eat, or how did I do it? You know, how? Just saying. So, because I adapted, right? Even though I was hanging out in the hood, all the press, culture, smoking. After that, all right, y'all, I'm finna go run 12 miles. See y'all later. I would just get up and do my own thing, you know? I wouldn't be stuck there. I wouldn't rely on this little thing. All right, let's all watch comedy. Let's all laugh. Not everyone want to do that, bro. People are going through fucking hard times nowadays. You know, everybody's like, you know what I mean? Like, they got stuff to get done. Like you're trying to make a girl laugh with this funny ass video. You think it's funny, but maybe that girl had to fold laundry. You got to take care of kids. You got to cook for them. All these things. So it's important that you enjoy your own company too, because there's going to be a time where even though everything's going smooth, that person is going to be like, damn. But the best part is, most women know this. Oh, Michael's going to be all right. He's got a great personality. He's going to go talk to people and make them laugh, and he's easily able to get put, you know, girls. I ain't got no problem in that department, like to go out, you know, as a guy. Because women think that we need to do so much just to get laid. No, not really. You know what I mean? I used to do all that when I had a bike, when I rode a bike in the Bay Area. Right now I have a car, a truck, hella bikes. It's not that it's hard to do, but it's liability, you know? Because you have more responsibilities, you want to work. That's my last thing in my mind, pussy. All you do is getting pussy whipped, you know? Just saying, bro. Like both, men, you know, men and women. You get pussy whipped or you get dick whipped. And then you go talk to another person about it. I'm like, no, you should be focusing on your fucking career, you know, your goals, dreams, right? Paying your bill on time. I'm just saying, food for thought, you know what I mean? These are all just random freestyle talking, you know, nothing written, nothing. So this is why I chose to be by myself and chose to be alone. Because everyone is following something, watching something. It's like they just think I watch this guy because, oh, I love him. I'm like, you don't even know what love is, bro. Like, you can't just love someone, you know? You love the way they do these things. Just love. Have a little more detail to it. I love MJ because he articulates these things in his own words, with his own feelings, emotions. And then he backs it up. When he says he's going through this, damn, it's stressful. Fuck. How am I going to do this? And a week later, I did it already. I made it happen. I took care of it. That's it. So I never want people to worry about me. Like, yo, you know, MJ is going to be sad after this breakup, this, that. Nope. I want people to be like, man, MJ's type of motherfucker, like, he go through some stuff. And next thing you get up, like, a week later, he'll like sit on the sadness for hella long. He don't care how long it is. Week, 2 weeks, months. Then later on, when he's back, he's just, boom, snap right back and go on a fucking 12-mile run and you'll be all right, you know? And do that like 3 days a week. I'm sorry, 2 days a week, 12-mile run, 2 days a week. That's what I did in the Bay Area. So then a lot of people become so the women that were older than me, they thought they were like this goddess, Venus mermaid, all this stuff. They're all suffering. All the dudes that they're with is ugly as fuck. Now you have to bend over and fucking fakely, like I would say, fake your relationship with these dudes because you know they have property, they have in a large lump sum of money, and you could lean on that. You know, all right, relying on these dudes now, but you still want to get the dick from young people, young dudes, or the bad boy. You see, that's like I don't feel like I need both of that. You know, good woman, bad bitch. You know, I don't. It's not I need. If I want, it's different. You know, need, it's there if I need it. They're everywhere. You know, there's girls. Okay, I want to talk about two things: drug facts and the other part on my next video. Right now, this is all about just navigating, you know, in this world your own way to your destination. But during that time, you're going to come across distraction, annoyance, you know, lack of motivation from people, lack of trust. You're going to come across weak people that they want advice from you, but they really don't. They just want to rant to you, you know? Sometimes they just want you to listen. That's it. But that's okay. It's okay to have friends like that. As long as if it's give and take, it's vice versa. It shouldn't go one way. You know what I mean? So all these things people are missing out on in life. You guys are just, look at all these famous, popular people. They losing their cool and fucking shooting the shit out of somebody and go to jail. You used to be a football player. Now you shot somebody, pulled the gun on them, you're going to jail. Why? Because you was fucking with them influencers. If you're a real street dude, if you got anger, you wouldn't fuck around, hang out with influencers and anime people, bro. They're gonna tick you. They're gonna fuck around with you. They're gonna tick your mind, bro. They're gonna fuck with you because they know that you are a serious dude. I'm a serious dude when it comes to doing what I need to do. When I'm serious, I'm serious. So I know what to do then when I'm serious. If I'm a serious person, I'm a hot-headed individual, and this fucking influencer asked me a dumbass question because he wanted that to go viral, I'm gonna punch him in his face, and guess what? Now they press charges on me. You see? That's why you have to be careful. Whatever they're projecting, like how Jake Paul flipped Mayweather's hat, and oh, got your hat. Right away. Y'all think it's fun to do that in the real world. It ain't, bro. Like, it ain't. Remember, you get shot doing that. So don't get caught up on the media shit or like social media. Oh, look at this. You know, I don't give a fuck how many views it got. I don't care, bro. Like, you know, you're not going to be able to do that anyway in real life. You ain't even halfway there. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So when a person like me who's like loyal to friends, I'm really, really loyal to friends. I really mean it when I want to help them and motivate them. But not everybody wants that. They're jealous. They think that they're better than you because they watch inspirational videos or they watch this athlete. They watch UFC. They watch football. They think they're better than you. No. Bitch, put on your shoes. Let's go run a half marathon. No? Have a nice day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.